What's happening, everybody? Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, everywhere you are. What's happening? Um, yeah, you see the title of this stream is Prove Rekt. Over the weekend, the founder of Pulse Chain launched his third sacrifice project. And so this is what this is about. It's about some foolishness that he calls Prove X. Like, some of y'all have to come to terms with reality. Like, you really have to come to terms with reality. And the reality is, this guy does not know what he's doing. The founder does not know what he's doing. That's the hardest pill for y'all to swallow. Diversifying the building. What's going on? Good to see you. Accepting that he doesn't know what's going on is a very, very difficult truth to accept. That's not even my opinion anymore. Like, it's just too much has gone, has occurred. Too many things have occurred to show me he's not as well equipped. He's not as equipped as he fooled the world to think that he was. He's not. He's not. He's not the guy that sits on a certain type of proverbial throne that is the chief, the best thing in crypto since sliced bread, and your moniker of 100% flawless uptime applies to you in every aspect. No, it doesn't. Not for him. And it's a reality folks are really gonna have to accept. Seriously, like, y'all would thought he was perfect. He's not. I've heard people say this too. Like, folks were so enthralled and brainwashed with this guy's messaging and rhetoric, with the founder's messaging and rhetoric, that they believed that he could make no mistakes and that he was perfect. I've heard it myself. I've heard people say this myself. Like, wow. That's how far gone people were. And when I first heard that, I was like, oh no, this is a problem. And I heard this back in 2023. I was like, no, there's a problem here. There's a fundamental flaw, because there's no person, there's no human being that's perfect. And if you're telling me you believe that some founder, some token is perfect, this is a cult situation. It's not regular. It's not smooth. It's not some ordinary situation going on over here, man. Who do you think is profiting or benefiting from ProveX right now? Seriously, like, who do you think is profiting from ProveX right now? First of all, people can't even tell you. The founder himself couldn't tell you what's the purpose of the coin outside of just trading it like it's a meme token. What is the use of having this ProveX coin besides doing some gambling on the chain, crypto gambling, betting that and hoping if you buy it, it's gonna go up in price? What else is there? What use case? Right? There's nothing else. Nothing. Nothing. Can't even tell you what is the coin going to be used for. But you were supposed to sacrifice for no middleman. That's what. Oh my goodness. This was a no middleman token where you can understand the importance and relevance of trading over the counter. You and someone else trading over the counter with no intermediary, no middleman oversight whatsoever. Because privacy is a thing. Very important. I don't disagree. I believe and agree that privacy is very important. Just in life, across the board. Why wouldn't it be relevant and important dealing with money? But the way this was framed and how it's being presented now, where you already had a protocol doing the exact same thing that he was promising, pretending like he's creating some new technology, shows everybody. This dude is an absolute scammer. Until he's not. He's a scammer. You just basically copied something that already existed that people were barely using. Folks have to understand that ZKP to P whatever with Prove X that he was talking about, Prove X, that was already that's been out. That code has already been out on a different chain with moderate volume. Moderate, like bare, like just nothing to really just be like, oh, yo, ZKP to P. Like the people don't care enough for this to be a thing. They didn't care enough. And he copied that code, packaged it, presented it as if, yo, this is the next item you need to add to your crypto arsenal. Because you need it. No, you don't. But in his mind, in order to make money off of money that was already given to him, because that's the stage where he's at now. You think it's like you already got a boatload of value from the previous two sacrifices. You ask for another sacrifice, or you create another sacrifice, inject some of the same money, recycle some of the same money that you got, and recycle it again in the third John. That's not the same play that everybody else. Everybody else who sacrifices, he's just waiting for green candles. He played another game to manipulate. And produce nothing substantial, nothing even worth talking about. But this is the winner. This is the guy who giving tree. This is the guy, bring your heroes here to die and your people to thrive. Come to this cult and get wrecked. That's all this was. Come to this cult and get wrecked. That's it. That's it. That's the truth. I don't care if people like it or don't like it. What else have you seen? What else have you seen? Don't talk to me about the first 2 years, which was a fairy tale. The first 2 years of this operation, the first 22 months, from January 5th, 2020, at the all-time lows for EHEX, to 22 months later when it reached its all-time high. That was the best time. He can't relive that. He told you. He can't relive that. He can't redo that. Right? Human beings, we banking on him redoing it over and over again. Meanwhile, nah. He caught lightning in a bottle once. Once. And if you were there at the right time, you profited. But he can't do that again. You can't do it again. It's just reality. People caught on. People caught on to his scams, his scheming ways. Like think about it. Folks, he's been talking about liquidity providing, liquidity, Hart's Law, and all that for years. For years. I've expressed myself about this already. Like, I watched, when all was said and done, I watched people scoff at liquidity providing because they didn't understand it or they was too scared and they were just, just so intimidated about some impermanent loss. They crippled the people and they were too afraid to even deal with anything regarding providing liquidity, right? This dude, your founder, basically spoke about this so many times, would say, that's where the money was at, in providing liquidity. That's where the bread was at. From some of the simplest things he would say. When was the best time to buy Bitcoin? When there was no liquidity. People didn't really understand what that meant. Like some did, right? But many people it just flew over their heads. You come over here to this community, he would also tell you, oh, yeah, this low liquidity. Oh, the liquidity is low, it's low. Because once it's low, it doesn't take much to inject for it to go up. It doesn't take much for it to pump. He's given keys and clues, right? Not to say that providing liquidity is anything scheming, is nefarious. But you talk about somebody, even the devil shares truth, right? It's how you use the information that it counts. But even Satan himself offers jewels. This motherfucker was offering jewels many times over. His minions, some of them caught on and they put it to practice off the backs of retail, off the backs of the plebs, off the backs of the noob investors, off the backs of people who were gullible as fuck. And they profited. Because not only did they practice and experiment to the T, watching how RH manipulated his bullshit, they added their own nuance and saw that it worked. Not only did they add their own nuance, but they also, what they did was, they didn't slow down the momentum like this motherfucker did. When I mean by slow down the momentum, after 10,000X, it's been a 4-year plus slowdown. Slow down. These guys, his minions, some of them, they kept that shit moving. They kept that going because they went from one grift to the next grift to the next grift to the next grift. It kept doing the same thing. Recycling kept doing the same scheme. Where do you think all this shit about rug pull, liquidity, rug pull after rug pull after rug pull after? It was just, yo, we caught this lick and we're going to run this to the ground. We're going to play this game. We're going to play this scheme over and over and over and over again till whenever. And it's worked because people just are too afraid to understand how to play this game right. How to understand the fucking game before you even know how to play it. When they talk about, oh, extracting, they keep extracting. Folks don't even care. They don't even understand what that even means. Oh, yeah, exit liquidity and exit. They just think it's just some arbitrary ad hominem insult. They're just trying to diss the people, right? Diss the public. You're not even understanding how this applies, what these things even mean. Folks don't even care. So you really out on your own, unless someone like you who you care for, or who cares enough to really teach you and say, hey, wait, yo, this is how this goes. You learn on your own. You do your own research. You get you put in the time, and maybe connect with somebody who really knows, and they put you on to good information, not janky information. So now you kind of have a good handle on what's taking place here and what's been happening in DeFi, how these people really get to a bag, and how they don't, like, this guy is making money hand over fist off of fees and volume. Don't give a fuck about the shit performing well like that. He's still making money off ProveX. But how's that happening? Right? Well, people don't really care. It's about what's on the surface. They don't understand how this dude spoke about liquidity, and it's just the simple thing is, it's either you use it the way it's supposed to be used, or you use it in a selfish, greedy way, right? And not care about nobody else. But the shit's gonna be what it's gonna be. Why do you think he asked the community, yo, what coins do you think this thing needs to be paired with? He's talking about liquidity providing, bro. Like these people, folks don't get it. Because that's where the bread is at. That's where the bread has been. Yo, this and that, and this, that. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. Yo, have enough discernment to catch what's necessary and discard the rest. This dude asked the community, you're supposed to be the founder. But whatever. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So you're going to ask the community if they could give you an idea of what coins you should pair your garbage to. Not only that, not only did he not only did he ask the community for ideas on which coins he should pair ProveX to. Right? He started to pair the coin. The first few pairings had nothing to do with his core coins. Understand what I'm saying? You think he paired, he bonded ProveX with Hex initially? You think he bonded ProveX with Pulse or PulseX or Inc or fucking Hex? Go do your research. The shit is cooked. No, you're gonna bond your shit up with stable coins. You want real money for your garbage. You want this has been his play. This has been his play from the jump. Yo, Bitcoiners, you could free claim, because Bitcoin spaghetti code, Bitcoin garbage, you motherfuckers could free claim for a bag of gay coin called Hex, Magenta coin, Rainbow Licious coin called Hex. I'm cursing the crypto space because that's what Hex is. It's a term you use to curse in some circles. What you had to give up. What you had to give up. In the first 350 days, you want to participate in the adoption amplifier. What you had to donate. Donations. What you had to donate. What you had to give up. Ethereum. For some Hex, a derivative. Some ERC20, nondescript. Supposed to be a certificate of deposit on a blockchain, first one. All marketing, gimmick. You're going to trade your precious crypto for his garbage. Even if it's a stable coin. You're going to trade your DAI, your USDC, your Tether, fucking Tether for his shit. Because his coins, look what's been happening to his coins the last 3 years. And I made a mistake the other day. I said in 3 months, it's gonna be 3 years. It's actually less than 2 months. In less than 2 months, Pulse Chain is gonna be out mainnet running for 3 years. And it's yielded garbage returns. Garbage. But look what his previous 2 sacrifices have amounted to. What do you think is going to happen with this one? Oh, because there's a burn mechanism to some Proof X. There was a burn mechanism to PulseX, so what happened? Oh no, PulseX, it was $1 billion valuation. And what about this bitch? $400 million was thrown into this, and the majority was other people's money. What do you think is going to happen? He's recycling, doing the same thing, looking for a different result, because he's not competent. He's not competent. The crypto space as a whole doesn't respect him. And y'all pretend like, oh, it's just about him being gate kept. No. He ain't that important like that for people to just blacklist him. And if he was, that movie would have been a box office smash. Nobody cares about him in that movie. That's why that movie yielded nothing for the community. Nobody cares about this guy like that. Oh, you beat the SEC. Did the crypto space care? He beat the SEC and no one gave a fuck. What new money's coming into Pulse Chain with this third iteration of a sacrifice? What new money? Where's he attracted? Garbage. People want to leave. You don't think people were selling the Proof X already? They've already called the top on Proof X, been dumping it. And who's been doing that? The ones that got the bag. The ones that got the bonus multipliers. Because that's free bread. The same shit they did with Pulse Chain and selling that shit to infinity. The same shit they did with PulseX, dumping that shit to infinity. Same shit they've been doing to Hex. What do you think they're going to do to Proof X? It's the same shit. Garbage. attracting garbage. Best thing for dude to do, walk away. But you know he ain't gonna do that, right? You know you're not gonna do that. So if you stay, you gotta deal with BS, right? It is what it is. You deal with the BS, but don't be surprised. Why do you think so many people are just like, yo, we waiting for Fat Man? Fat Man is the founder, they keep calling him. They've denigrated this guy, like you don't understand. Like the shit, this dude attracted so much vitriol, disdain, and animosity. Nobody in their right mind would ever envy that soul. Because the shit he got coming after him, right? You wouldn't want for your worst enemy. That based on his behavior. Based on his behavior. Everybody waiting for him to one day feel good enough to pump his fucking market. But want to tell you, these clowns that support him want to tell you that this is real DeFi. When I tell you like the grind doesn't stop, it's your grind that shouldn't stop. Shout out to the chat. I can't see y'all because the thing is kind of blurry. But it's your grind that shouldn't stop. Your grind to improve the quality of your life in whatever capacity. That's what shouldn't stop. And if you're involved and want to learn about some crypto, be careful if you find Pulse Chain. Be extremely careful. Because this man attracts garbage. He launches a coin. Do you not think that there's a bunch of ProveX coins that's out there too? Memes, scams, literal scams. His shit is so contradictory. No less than like 12 hours since the shit launched, he issued a warning like, yo, don't buy this shit. Be careful if you buy this because you won't be able to sell it. Like a fucking honeypot. This is your founder. You launching honeypots? You launching some shit that, what's wrong with you? I thought you had your shit together. No, you don't, because he's not the guy. He's not. Completely incompetent. I remember some videos he did, he talked about how he's working hard. You're not working hard. You ain't doing shit. What working hard you doing? You want everybody to do work for you. You don't even promote your own garbage. A person like him who act like he's some kind of marketing genius, you would think he would do a live stream, not even, forget about live stream, or drop a video about how you launch your third sacrifice. Where's that video? He lost. He's lost. He's lost in his own brain. He's sick. That's my thing. Like, he's not well. None of this shit computes to building generational wealth. You got a community of people. There's some of them that's so brainwashed, they could never see him do any wrong. And he can't really use them to do positive things, except become volunteers to shill bootleg Etch-a-Sketch. Talking about, oh, these tablets are supposed to promote and market. Where's the talk of the tablets? Weirdo shit. These people will volunteer to shill plastic garbage. I don't know if they're made of plastic, but you know what I mean. They'll waste their time to shill plastic garbage. That's how they're misusing their energy. They believe in this guy so much, they will shill plastic garbage for free. And he misuses them. That level of resource. You got people that's they just so die hard, they want to believe in something so bad, and they fell victim to what he's talking about. And even they are looking for volunteers because that shit dried up. Imagine that. The volunteer pool dried up because people are tired. Niggas are tired, y'all. You know? Niggas are tired. And so all these things are going to come back to haunt him. Effectively. All these things are coming back to haunt him. It is what it is. It's documented. Like, all right, motherfuckers didn't have to wait 22 months, 2 years for you to drop this sacrifice. But neither you nor anyone else can legitimately speak to what's the purpose of having this fucking coin for your ProveX protocol. What's the ProveX protocol going to do for people? Huh? What's it going to do? What is the function of this bitch? No one can tell you. Because it's a play. It's another meme. It's just another meme. Yo. It's just another coin. It's just another coin to gamble with, to buy, to speculate, to trade, to sell, to hoard, to do whatever. Provide liquidity, blah, blah, blah. That's all it is. You added this to your repertoire's already been shit. You added more shit to it. What do you think you're gonna yield? Shit. Like, yo, this is crazy, bro. I'm glass half full type of person, but in this situation, it's like, yo, this should have been empty for a minute. This should have been empty for a minute. He just like clowned himself. Like, yo, you sacrificed for that. You sacrificed to ProveX and you jumped in a pool, especially the ones that by them guys, those weirdos at, Fiat and all them. That pool they managed, right? They're the ones that did the pool, right? Landed like number 1 on the leaderboard and all that shit. If there are any whales in that pool, they were the only ones that benefited. And the ones that sold were the ones that benefited because they already are saying that it was only the whales that got the super, super duper multiplier bags. Basically got free money on top of their shit. Made profit. Everybody else cooked. But are you surprised? The next thing is gonna be the wallet. When y'all gonna learn, y'all? Right? There's gonna be some wallet shit, garbage. He can't even give you an update on when he's gonna deal with Interpol, if that's even important to him. Erase that shit, that from your file, from you know what I'm saying, like, from your repertoire, your reputation. His reputation is garbage. And everyone who glazes him today, question them and their intent. The people who want to just cheer on and act like. And unfortunately, you got some people. This is sad too. This is sad right now, right? What I'm about to say, right? There's these coins that came out on PostChain, and they are, alien type coins and shit like that. You hold them, and they reflection tokens, right? You hold, and then you get basically from holding the coins, you get more of the coins that you're holding, whatever coins that the code is programmed to issue, just from holding the coins and no value. And we hear often in some of this alien shit that, the technology, people don't have to buy. It's just basically running on its own. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so grand. It's so lovely, excellent, and all that shit. Some of the main influencers that have been talking about these coins will tell you that coin is better than ProveX, right? That y'all wasted your time. And I'm not shitting on PTGC. Like that. Like if you think it sounds like I am, but it's not really. I'm not shitting on PTGC and UFO. Those are the alien coins, right? And the main influencer, right? Not the main influencer. There's a few of them, but like Roots keeps talking about, yo, PTGC is better than Prove X, right? Look what happened. Okay. People need to be careful with what they say. People need to be careful of what they say. And y'all need to really, if you care enough, if you're in this enough and you're paying attention and you study this shit, be vigilant. You telling people that this shit better than Prove X. You telling people been from day one. PTGC, 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 PTGC. Right? Guess what? when trading went live, for Prove X, Saturday, like in my time, it was Saturday evening, Saturday night around 8:30. When trading went live, Saturday night, 8:30 p.m., guess what alien coin paired up with Prove X? Provided liquidity and all that. Not just one, but both. If the coin is so much better than Prove X, why is this shit bonded and paired up with Prove X? You said your coin is better, your coin is superior, but your coin is being bonded to garbage, and that's supposed to make sense? And then want to talk about some Hart's Law. You see, people have their own agendas, y'all. Like, you gotta listen, man. A lot of these guys, PTGC, like the first 6 months, 7 months of post-chain, first 7 months, that shit was a free-for-all. People made money hand over fucking fist. And I personally, like a dumbass, didn't take advantage because I thought that the bum-ass core coins were going to outperform everything. I was wrong. I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing, holding on to these core coins versus trying my hand at some PTGC, trying my hand at some other coins that went up multiples and multiple thousand X's on his chain. First 7 months, people made money. People made their 10,000X and better. And I'm not talking about sacrifice project motherfuckers. I'm talking about folks made money. But core coin believers didn't. The core coin believers that just kept buying the fucking dip, DCAing to oblivion, didn't make bread. Right? Some of these coins made a killing. You know how? It went up how many thousands of X's and they seemed like they were super successful, right? Some of these coins, right? They were paired and bonded to P-Dye. Remember P-Dye? Yeah, another coin, actually the best performing coin on this chain, the best performing fucking coin, to the point where your founder tweeted about that shit. These other coins paired up with some P dye. Super successful. Thousands of X gains. Thousands, thousands, thousands. P dye went up 2 million X. So be careful when these people try to tell you, oh, yo, see, you waste your time with some Prove X on publicly. And behind the scenes, publicly, dude put a tweet out. So talk about PTGC is better than Prove X. Look what happened. Look what your Prove X coin is doing. Garbage. Nothing. You're losing money. This and that. And behind the scenes, oh, you providing liquidity and pairing your TGC token and UFO token to Prove X. Yeah, behind the scenes. You don't want to miss out. But you're telling the world, leave that shit alone by telling them PTGC is better. You hold on to PTGC, it's like holding on to a bunch of tokens because they bonded everywhere. But they were bonded to P-Dye. And ever since the P-Dye debacle took place last year, March-ish anniversary of the P-Dye debacle foolishness, extractor, where y'all blaming some Vietnam kid, Vietnamese, Viet Cong, whatever. And it's been just an absolute shit show since. The entire chain has been struggling, bro. Think about that shit. You see, but they're still gonna give you the narrative. Oh no, this coin, this coin is what it is. This coin is what it isn't. Yeah. It's better than this and better than that. Ever since the P-Dye shit happened, yo, these nondescript coins that were just doing their thing in the first 7 months of Pulse Chain, quiet. It's quiet. It's cooked. Quiet. Never mind the shit he did with Hex, the E Hex, P Hex debacle. Never mind all that other shit. People always got agendas. They'll tell you one thing publicly, and behind the scenes is the exact opposite. Don't. I'm telling you one thing though, like in certain things need to be, y'all got to figure out on your own. Oh man. Yo, what's up with everybody, man? I see Young Provo in the building. I see Junk on Crypto in the building. I see Space Bank in the building. Is that Space Bank? Space Bank in the building. I see some Clash in the building. What's up, Clash? Yo, a lot going on, man. Negative Zero in the building. Yeah, man, we could all use a 10,000X. Why not? We could all use that, But the way this has been going on, this has been an absolute fail. What the hell? Like, you need a reset of a reset. Does this dude have to really disappear? Or, like, go away? Sell? What's this guy got to do? Burn the keys? Burn the OA keys? Or whatever? Get rid of the shit get rid of his 90% whatever holdings, burn them so the community could take over. Like what you got, what people got, relinquish that 90% ownership shit he got going on across the board, from EHEX on down to Prove X. Get rid of all that shit. Burn all that shit. Like, remove your capability of being a central point of failure. In the spirit of decentralization, right? We praise and hail, decentralization. When people just want 1%, 0.01% control, 0.01%. If you still have that little bit of control, is the thing 100%? You can't say it's 100% decentralized. That's crazy. Even though it's a little crumb, little molecule, but no, you got that 0.1% hold control. He got 90. He had 90. What? I just don't understand the psychology of people. I just don't get it, bro. Like, and it's not meant for me to understand. What I don't know, I'm gonna say it like this. I don't, yo. When are people gonna really wake up? I mean, I see people across the Twitter timeline. I don't post on Twitter as much as I used to, but I see a lot of people waking up, and I see a lot of people like expressing displeasure, like more than a year ago, more than what I used to see even 6 months ago. Because this is ridiculous. Like, you playing with people now. I got, you you better live in the shadows. You always gonna have to look over. He's always gonna have to look over his back, over his shoulder, look behind his back, watch both ways, back and front, up and down, everywhere he goes. This not cool. It's not cool. I don't care about, it's only been 2 days. It's only been 2 days. Give it some time. Long-term psyop, long-term scam, long-term slow con, long-term grift, long-term all that shit. Miserable, absolute miserable fail. People are afraid to talk their minds still. People are afraid to speak their mind even still, but more and more are. And I salute those who are. I salute those who can think for themselves and are not afraid to stand for whatever they feel is right, especially when they find inconsistency going on over here. And they're not afraid to bring it up, to raise concerns and to talk about it. And to say something like, yo, hello. Yeah, the first 24 hours, I saw after Saturday night, my time, people were selling, man. Selling, and they were saying, yo, they selling, this one's selling and leaving. This one's selling and leaving. I think one post on Twitter, they said that one person, all he did was made a 1.12x. He did a 1.12x. 1x, 1.12. He grabbed his little 12x, 0.12, and bounced. This is how people feel. This just, he fucked himself. He's done irreparable damage. You understand? Like, this is disgusting. This is bad. This is sad. I don't revel in this shit, man. Because I got crypto in this shit. I don't, gain anything by speaking this truth. Obviously, I don't gain shit. But what I do, as far as like immediate gratification, what I do gain is peace. My conscience is clear. Because I know for years I've been speaking a different tune. Yo, we're one day closer to the next all-time high, all this shit. So no, I did a disservice. But this is crazy. Because there's a lot of good people that don't deserve to be wrecked like this. They don't deserve to be wrecked like this. This is gonna raise even more animosity. Like you gaslight your community, you call the people idiots, but then you want people to do everything for you. Folks are saying there's no even a link that a new person or outsider in crypto can go to find, because just easily find ProveX and whatever. Who would care enough? Nobody cares enough. But he thinks the world cares. Obviously, no. It's about him making a quick buck. To what end, who knows? Or maybe to satisfy his boredom. The dude is extremely bored. What is this doing adding to your repertoire? It's just making it worse. What's Proof X done to add to his crypto mainstay or crypto presence? Nothing. But made it worse. Actually did do something. Just makes him look worse. Ruins your reputation. Ruins your image. Ruins the faith that people had in this system. Ruins the trust. Oh, that's eroded. Corrosion left and right. Done. Cooked. More to come, y'all. More to come. Alan, what's going on, man? It's been a minute. Yo, it's crazy, right? You were broke enough not to sacrifice. Bruh, like, you think people would have learned? Like, I'll do you one even better. This is so fucked up. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. We're all adults. Like, not only was sacred, you saw what sacrificing for Pulse Chain and Pulse X did. It gave the top people on the leaderboard the best chances of eternally dumping the prices down consecutively for almost 3 years to date. What do you think was going to happen this go round? And let me tell you this too. People keep saying that they don't believe he's selling. Y'all need to erase certain things out of your mind and deprogram yourselves. Because you believe that he has enough money. It doesn't make sense for him to sell his own bag. And that's a narrative that he's been talking about to keep you hook, line, and sinker. To make you believe that he's the most benevolent actor in his operation. Meanwhile, he's sloppy and lazy. We've seen it already, sloppy and lazy. Throughout the last 3 years, if you cared enough, the only thing that really saves his ass is his mixer bullshit that he be doing with Tornado Cash and all that stuff. But people still tie so many of the daughter address, orphan address, stepdaughter, stepchild, Auntie Anne address back to him. And so them shit's been dumping for 2.5 years. Core Coins, dumping Hex, dumping Pulse X for Ethereum and cashing out. What about the horrendous trade he did buying Ethereum at $3,780, 150,000 Ethereum worth, upwards of $600+ million in value, fumbled and bumbled at, where you round tripped your dumb ass all the way back after you had a $150-200 million profit last year. Doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He doesn't know. This is the guy. Then admits it in the live stream he did, that he messed up with that trade, among many other things that he won't take accountability for. But it had to admit that shit, yeah, he fucked up. And so they tie these heavy bag movements that have been taking place to him. What other billionaire besides your man Rackham and Nackham? What other billionaire folks that's involved in this situation? They tell you he has billionaire friends on deck. Your friends are not your friends because they don't fuck with your chain. Right? It's him that's been making these major moves, right? Like you just deduce everything back to, oh yeah, it could just be, yeah. Him and his evasive shit. Never admit, oh yeah, he owns the OA and all that shit. He got admin keys. He'll never admit that to you, but you could, yeah, figure the shit out. Shit ain't rocket science. And that's who the majority of everybody's just basically depending on. How bad does this motherfucker want it? You talked about glory. Your glory is distorted, sir. What glory are you looking for doing shit like this? Go to rehab. Get your mind right. Go to a mental ward. Get your mind clean. Wash your spirit and soul and mind with a way of wash all the impurities away off your system. This dude needs the ultimate cleansing, rejuvenation. Fucking be reborn again, motherfucker, and get your shit right towards glory. Because what he's done is just implosion. He's devolved. He hasn't been moving successfully, giving progress in life. He's been devolving, going backwards. That's the truth. Nobody cares about your fucking tablets. You're weird. The dumb shit you doing. Like that's just weird to me, bro. I'm not perfect. I'm weird too. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna do what he's, you know. You got the opportunity to change, to make a real change in the world in such a capacity. That shit scared the shit out of him. You really got to 10,000x, dude. You probably thought you did it. This is the play. He really got to 10,000. He didn't really think he would. That shit scared the shit out of him. One, he realized people believed in that shit so much. People backed up their belief with $1.6 billion worth of crypto that they gave to him. He's not used to shit like that. So not only did he get lucky, he saw that the 10,000x thing actually worked. He saw how people really believe in him so much they give him $1.6 billion worth of crypto in 6 months. And you never really had shit like that in your life, like that. If you grew up meager beginnings. You said you grew up poor among black people and shit. I don't know why you got to equate poor with black people, but that's a topic for a different conversation. You got a picture of you being a child and you're surrounded by black faces. Do they all have pulse chain? Did you communicate? You kept in contact with them? No, that's a topic for a different discussion. You got all this money. If you weren't really used to that, you want to twist it and flip it. You want to flaunt now because that's in your spirit. That's what you are. You know, you pretentious. You obnoxious with it. So you're gonna call that shit because you want to show off. You're gonna say, "Oh no, I'm gonna be rage marketing and tied in with the shit you got going on with your sacrifice and your whole crypto presence, and wear all these clothes that don't mean shit. Bought a bunch of watches, and you look like a dumbass admitting to the world that is a bad investment. Or 4 or 5 years ago, it wasn't a bad investment. Philip Patek, because you buy things that retain value. Then 4 years in the future, or 2025, end of 25. Only reason you should buy watches if you want men to give you compliments. Well, why did you buy the fucking watches? Because you like men giving you compliments? You go both ways. Who cares? Admit it. Embrace it. Who cares? But this is an inconsistency. You're not about shit. Glitter. You got Louis V. Light up bag. Glitter. You know, huh? Because you're not about the life. This is not what you're about. You got the money and you surprised. And it overwhelmed him. It overwhelmed him. And he realized he bit off more than he can chew. This operation was not as easy as he thought it was. Or maybe not to say that he thought it was easy, but he simply bit off more than he can chew. With an entire blockchain, with people throwing upwards of almost $2 billion your way, the pressure of delivering just in that alone is crazy. You never did that before. What makes you think you have the skill set to pull this shit off successfully? Who knows? You gave it a chance and it's been unsuccessful for 3 years plus. To the point where he admitted you got to pivot. There comes a time as an entrepreneur, bullshit, hustler, business person, acting like this and that and this. In your mind, this is how you got to sort of intuitively decode what he's saying. It's easier to pump a coin that's deca millions versus billions. So he shat on Pulse Chain. He shat on Pulse X. So it's RIP for his chain for right now. It's RIP. It's been RIP. He mentioned that. But what he do with Prove X? Because all y'all glazing the pumpernickel guy and fiat fame, you were like, oh, this is so great. It's going to be a low valuation. He talking in the spaces, talking about, yo, the score is going to be low valuation. I don't see it going above 50 to 100 million. And that's great because it's going to start low. And when it starts low, that means it's going to be able to pump easier because it's low valuation. Because you thought it was going to be 50 million. And you got so excited when it got to 16. You're like, oh, this is it. We winning. The motherfucker diluted the whole shit up to 400 million. But this is the scam. This is the scheme. They don't care. They already got their millions. Those guys, the fiat guys, like I told you, they already got their millions, but they don't care either. Because you're setting up a pool. You're doing a pool. Right? You mean to tell me your pool is going to be free? Like in a sense where you're not making any money off that? Of course you are. You're setting up a pool, right? To land high enough to get multiples. Multiples of free coins. Basically, multiples of free money. So you're making money hand over fist. It don't matter to you whether he diluted the thing or whether it stayed at 16, 20 million, but it's at 400 million. It don't matter. You're making money, free money. Because the idiots followed you and did the same shit again. And guess what? If you lost another sacrifice, it's going to happen again. And another sacrifice after that, again and again, until people wake up. They're going to sell the price down again, sell it down again, and sell it down again because they can. Because they got a hefty bag. Hefty, sizable. Of course. Why wouldn't you? That's money. Yeah. Don't hate the player, hate the game type shit. Peace and blessings, y'all.